Hello, everyone. We're about to throw some money at these people. That's
Quickers.
literally how you do it.
There you go. Here's your money. I've checked it. It's all there.
Nickels.
I need bills, not coin.
Ah, thank you. Not difficult get dollar. See? You are a real businesswoman. I'm not the only one around here. We pleased to do deal with you. Now, you open lock or we no help you. Why didn't you manage to open them? After all, you don't have to be a genius.
Ma vorbat pensiero esto, di kleiner madam. No se sei marales non comprendo, en allora kaput en andere bordel. Zils war moi. On boom telefonieren, kaput.
My husband say instructions complicated. No understand manual. My husband angry. Very angry. Oh, now telephone broke. Kaput. Now that is annoying. What are you gonna do next? We wait repairman. Well, I don't have the time to wait. I'll have to go have a look. There must be some way of releasing the opening mechanism. Take key. Sailor always need key for lock.
I swore the first time he threw this, I was getting into the water and I had to do something else.
Had to go get Momo.
Okay, thanks.
And if you had a hard time saying, you'd never see that little speck right there.
Yeah. Because you know what I can't see?
That little speck right there?
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and say, you're supposed to get how's it work the locks from calling the telephone people, which you use your cell phone for. And it's a very ass-backward system of press 4 for Bergstad lock, press 2 to raise or lower or whatever. And that just tells you all the stuff, and it says it's the weekend, no representatives available.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently 4 and 2 or whatever does it, and it's weird.
That is weird.
You'll see.
Hello?
Kay, how's my little baby girl? I was thinking about you only yesterday because I saw this fantastic fur coat. You are wrapping up warm, aren't you? I mean, people in foreign countries never know how to dress properly for the weather.
Mom, it's so sweet of you to worry, but I'm fine, really. The trip's a breeze, no worries. I mean, there's...
Well, when are you coming back? Frank is dying to meet you.
Frank?
Why was
Oh,
Frank
yeah,
so
your
good?
singer. You two seeing each other then?
Oh, you'll never guess the surprise he gave me yesterday.
No, I suppose I won't.
Gonorrhea.
Frank invited me to a
Oh,
big
no.
charity show organized by, well, someone or another. Anyway, they got him singing a couple of old numbers from his repertoire, and in the end, he asked me to go up on stage with him. Can you imagine me, your mother, on stage in front of thousands of people?
Wow, I would have loved to have been there. Not too emotional, I hope.
Oh, too emotional by far, especially as I hadn't even been to the hairdresser. Well, I didn't even have the proper dress on. But Frank promised me he'd see to that next time. Oh, he's such a cutie, and he's got the sweetest little...
I'm sure he has, Mom.
It would be so good if you could join us one day. Let's see, when is his next gala? I'm so forgetful these days. I swear I'd lose my head if it weren't in the clouds. You just watch out, my girl. Them years will catch up with you much quicker than you think.
I'll look out for them, Ma. Nice to hear your voice. Lots of love.
Well, to you too, my little
These plot
munchkin.
points are very expensive.
What, from International Calling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So over here on this side is where the lock control is. And this is where you're supposed to get the number, to call. You call that number, it does the thing. You can see the telephone. Well, let me go back. The telephone line is snapped
That looks broken.
from Angry Man on Boat. So we put the key in there, and we have to push. I have it written down. You press pound, not hashtag. 4, and then 2, and then star. And you think the other way around would be pound 2, 4 or whatever, but that's not how that works. Are they gonna pull the boat in? Oh, right, I have to go back and actually tell them it's open.
They're smart.
I think I have to tell them.
Might as well.
Yeah, I have to go tell them. Because that makes sense that they can't just see it's open. Should give them some of that cocoa powder. The only problem with adventure games like this, it gets to a point where it's back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Guten Tag.
My husband say... Right, I've got it. I know now how the locks work. So guide your boat into the lock, and I'll take care of the mechanism.
Godverdomme. Das ist eine echte ladies. Alle trois, rangez alle Dingen and obligados de dame. Ach, c'est content. Und zurück again.
What did your husband say? You, hurry up. We hurry to travel again. Okay. We'll meet each other on the other side. By my train, okay?
Toot toot. And then it just disappears halfway through the animation. It's the biggest downfall with this game to me is the, at least on this level, is the constant back and forth running. Valid Delin had the same problem. The later 2 levels don't really have that problem.
Oh, so there's only 2 more stops.
2 levels. I can't say exactly there's 2 stops.
So there's 1 stop.
Not really? You'll see, it's complicated. Okay, so you go in here, pound for 1 star. Because when you call, it's 2 to raise the lock, or lower the lock, and 1 to raise the lock level. And it really is one of the most ass-backwards, head-scratcher moments in the game, if you ask me, but... what do I know? This is when you just kind of expect them to take off and leave your train behind.
Yeah.
Ah, that stupid American. So yeah, that's how you work the lock, and that's one of the most annoying parts to figure out.
Yeah, I can tell.
No, that's really... I think the last time I had to use... No, because I didn't use a guide for that one. I just kind of beat on it until it worked.
Beat on it.
I can't remember the last time I had to use a... I only used a guide like twice in this game, and I can't remember both of them. I remember the first time was in Valid Delin with something.
Was it that ladder thing where you had to climb in the window?
Hey
Actually,
there.
no.
On the boat. Barge on other side. You still need us?
Yes.
Yes.
What do we do now to tie my train to the barge?
Mademoiselle Takatak, loco coco mitchen.
What did your husband say? You attach chain to train and chain put train with barge.
Hop, catch it up.
His Dracula sour wrist.
That was very Dracula. So I'm assuming this is why we need the hook.
Yeah.
If that's going to work.
Thank you. Thank you, Cave Walker. Which I would think would just rip the pipe off. I wouldn't think it would actually, move the train. Granted, I don't know what that pipe does since it's a spring-powered train. And then we can wind our train.
Perfect.
Which we have to do, because we haven't gotten a call from Mr. Professorum yet. See, I feel like I can speak broken other languages since everyone else in the game is doing it.
I hate you.
My favorite in this game still is Valadiland. Also, I know you hate me. That's why you agreed to do this with me for some reason.
Right.
Oh, right, we get here and then he wants us to come.
Hello, Kate Walker here.
Miss Walker, this is Professor Ponce. I'm about to start my lecture on the U-calls at any moment. Please make haste to come.
Okay, I'll give it my best.
Excellent. We'll be in the main lecture hall. See you soon.
Alright, so, I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Oh wait, you don't actually miss the event?
No. It won't start until we're there. Besides, it'll take us 20 minutes to get there anyway, so I might as well wind the damn train up. It's just a shame I can never see what the driver compartment of the train looks like.
Yeah.
Because that I am interested to see.
Just posters of Oscar.
Oh, there's the lever. This will not be the last time we wind up the train. Should have brought my can of WD-40 with me. Oh, more phone calls.
Hello?
Where are you?
Hi, Dan. I'm in Barrickstadt.
What? Is that a town? I hope the man you're looking for lives there. Are you coming home soon?
From what I gather, it's one huge university with an extraordinary station aviary. If you could only see it, there are
Station
trees and birds
aviary.
everywhere. It's so weird here.
Sounds like a great place for a bit of sightseeing. So, are you coming back soon?
I don't think so. In fact, the train I'm traveling on has some kind of a mechanical problem. We've been forced to stop here.
Us? I thought you were alone. Who's with you?
Oscar, the train engineer.
You're messing around with mechanics now, are you?
Don't be so stupid, Dan, please. Oscar is an automaton created by Mr. Varlberg, the man I'm looking for.
Doesn't she
he's
sound
not any old
crazy?
robot.
Right?
He's a sophisticated butler type, if you see what I mean. He's a bit obsessive as well.
Kate, I don't know what they're feeding you in Europe, but don't you think it's time that you came home?
But my mission still isn't finished.
To hell with your mission. I don't know why you accepted it in the first place. If you just stuck to the middle of the road, then we wouldn't be in this mess.
We? If there's any mess, it's me who's in it. And while I'm trying to come to grips with strange towns, you, my darling, are sitting at home on your butt. I seem to remember we had nothing against my departure.
It was only
Well,
gonna be
well.
2 or 3 days, Kate. Please, try to put yourself in my shoes.
Your shoes. Not only do I have to fit myself into your diary, but I've got to get myself into your shoes as well? Is there anywhere else Sir would like me to put myself while we're on this subject?
Damn.
I don't want to talk about it now. Call me back when you've calmed down.
I was perfectly calm before I picked up your call. I only wanted a few words of encouragement, not your disdain. Was that too much to ask?
You can be such a selfish...
Takes one to know one, sweetheart.
Not how you expected that call to go, was it?
No.
You thought it was like the last one where there's all ooey gooey and crap, right?
No. No, the last one they started fighting.
A little bit, but I mean, they had that ooey gooey bit in there still too. It was really annoying because I hate that crap.
You know what else was ooey gooey? The Oreo churros.
Oh god, yeah, we tried these new Oreo churros today, and they were one of the strangest things we've ever tried.
Not only were they like Oreo dough for the churros, but you rolled them
In crumbled up Oreo powder.
in sugar.
Yeah. And all it made me want was real churros, not something that Oreo made.
Yeah.
So now we get to go see Dr. Pons and Professor Pons. They never really actually specified he's a doctor or not. Now that I think about it.
Ponder replay.
He's Ponderosa.
LOL.
In the words of Frank Reynolds, Pondy's such a cool guy. And you'll see he's a real cool guy in this game soon enough.
Ooh.
I like how this game does do the phone calls to let you know you have progressed, done something you're supposed to progress the game.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest complaints, though, with this game I saw in the reviews online is one that a lot of people have, is that you don't die every 5 seconds. Like in most, where they consider good point and clicks.
I mean, I guess in a sense you miss out on the neat death scenes, but still.
I do like the neat deaths and stuff in Sierra games, but I do like these ones where you can't die and are considerably easier.
Yeah.
Just for the fact of, it's nice to also be able to get a game where I don't feel like I need to walk through every now and then. Because God knows some of those games I feel like I need to walk through for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Your character needs to go to the bathroom. Walk through.
Okay, but we've all seen Escape the Bathroom.
That was a good game and you know it. So here's lecture hall, as full
There
as
you
it
are, Miss
is.
Walker. Good, good. Take a seat quickly. I'm impatient to start my lesson.
That guy's face is weird.
Mm-hmm. I like how that guy's just falling asleep.
Well, if you come in here earlier in the game before the lecture, he's just still there already asleep.
My
Nice.
young friends, a very exciting discovery, unimaginable up until only a few hours ago, has come into my hands and has finally allowed me to complete my study on the mysterious Yukol people. Lights, please. The Yukols are a people from the far north about whom very little is known. They live far away, very far away, on the frozen borders of Syberia. This distance and the climatic conditions of the region, which are unfavorable to human existence, have limited the size of the Yukol population and kept it out of reach of the scientific world. The handful of slides that follow are actually the only documentation we have in our possession. It was a Russian explorer who made these drawings and took these photographs 100 or so years ago. Today, we owe what we know about the Yukol people and their culture to him. We know that the origins of the Yukols date back to the last ice age.
Hear that?
Curiously, evidence of their presence has been found in Western Europe, and more precisely in the prehistoric caves at the heart of the Alps. This people, it seems, undertook a long migration over centuries towards the far north of the globe. The reasons for this migration are due to the importance of the mammoth in their craft, trade, and culture. They used them for transportation and as beasts of burden. The mammoth brought them meat, skins, fat, and ivory. Man and animal lived in symbiosis. There's no doubt about it. Mammoths started to drift away from the region due to changing climatic conditions, and the Yukols followed them to the north, to the edges of Syberia.
With an eye.
Prehistoric cave drawings, identified as Yukol in origin, first led me to the extraordinary hypothesis that the Yukols had managed to domesticate the mammoth. They are, to the best of our knowledge, the only prehistoric people to represent a man riding a mammoth. Today, because of this genuine mammoth skin effigy, identified by myself as an authentic Neolithic object, I can confirm this hypothesis. Yukol forebears managed to tame mammoths.
Luckily, this is not like a real college lecture that lasts for an hour and a half.
And represents scenes from real life. This familiar day-to-day object is actually a children's toy. we have seen, Yukol existence was inextricably linked to that of the mammoth. They used its skin for clothing and to make the roofs and walls of their houses. They used the tusks to build the frameworks of their homes, as well as weapons, tools, and jewelry. Curiously, the disappearance of the mammoth 12,000 years ago had no immediate effect on the Yukol's way of life. It seemed that for a long time after, the people maintained their strong bond with the mammoth through the centuries. As incredible as it may seem, the
Yes, so
Yukol people
incredible.
have continued right up until the start of this century to feed themselves on mammoth meat and to use the skin for clothing and shelter. Their ivory craftwork industry is still flourishing.
How many mammoths did they
It would
kill?
appear that to preserve ancestral customs, the Yukols learned how to exploit through the centuries the large number of frozen mammoth carcasses that were perfectly preserved in the ice of the Siberian tundra. They have been
Freezer
able to
food.
live mainly off this enormous freezer stock for almost 30 centuries. As plausible as this explanation may seem, it seems it is not enough for the scientific community who, I will confess, is greatly perplexed by the question. In the absence of acceptable scientific evidence, we have to make do with Yukol shaman artifacts. The research department that I have the honor to represent today lends no credence to the myths and legends that these tribal charlatans peddle. We have to take their stories at face value, mere tales to while away the long Siberian winter. The legend of the Siberian ice ark is a very good example. You are invited to find out for yourselves from the pamphlet that I had passed around to you. This legend would have us believe that today, somewhere on a lost island to the north of Syberia, there are living mammoths still in existence, a sort of hangover from the Ice Age. This small herd has been miraculously preserved for more than 120 centuries by the Yukol's tender care. And the island on which the pachyderms
So can you guess where
are
Hans
said to
Vorarlberg
live
is trying to
called
go?
Siberia.
Yes.
Or why
My
it
friends,
has a Y
I
in
advise you
Siberia.
to resist the temptation you may have to believe in this pish and tish. The island of Siberia is not charted on any map, and the idea that mammoths have survived to the 21st century is an idle scientist's pipe dream. The Yukols were sadly among the first victims of the colonization of continental Siberia led by the Russians in the 20th century. The Kolkhoz and Sovkhoz systems, as well as the exploitation, disdain, and humiliation people had to suffer, marked a definitive break in the Yukol's traditional lifestyle. Since the collapse of the communist regime, the Yukol population finds itself confronted with the same political and social upheavals that other Siberian communities are experiencing. There are two consequences to arise from this. Some Yukols have lost their
Russia
tribal
is really the
identity
only place
and
they
have
at least
integrated
speak about
into
as
the
being
Russian
like a
population.
location in the game.
Others, however,
Yeah.
have sought long
But with
and hard
Siberia,
to
even in a
reestablish
fantasy
links
world
with
like
their
this, you can't
ancestral
deny
culture that was
Russia,
lost under the Soviet regime.
since it basically
Now, at the
is
start of the 21st century, the last
entire
two
north.
surviving Yukols have gone
Yeah.
to live on the vast territories of their ancestors.
What is that supposed to be a
Nobody
slime of,
knows
though?
today where they
I
live
know.
or how they survived. Their very existence would be a matter for speculation if they did not turn up periodically at the tundra's most isolated fur trading posts to exchange mammoth tusks for essential items. There ends my lecture for today.
Now
Thank
that
for
you can
being
hear
with
me
us
over my
today,
slide
Miss Walker.
projector.
Please make your way to the laboratory where you will find your mammoth doll. There are also photocopies of my lectures should you so require them.
The lecture just tells you the story of the ice boat thing he was talking about, where also we can't go with that door. That door's locked.
Oh.
Basically, the ice boat thing tells that there's a boat and they'd send people out on it to go to Siberia, and the boat would come back empty, and it'd go back out with more people, and it would come back empty.
Weird.
It's one of those things. So when we come back, since we are a little bit over on the time I like to cut off on, we're gonna go to his office, pick up our mammoth doll, some photocopies, and we're gonna leave Bergstadt.
Bergstad.
So we'll see you next time.
See you there.
Bye.